Cluster and Fares, are you there? Excellent day, excellent moment to everyone listening to me on TikTok. It's Humanity Revolution of the Global Clusters. Thank you. Thanks for passing by. Cluster and Fares, I can see you're back in. Welcome back in.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Master Genie, you're doing great. Thank you. And I want to add my voice. I want to say that we appreciate every TikToker and everyone joining us on TikTok. You're welcome. Just like he said, this is Humanity Revolution. All right. And
I see you, sir. Alejandro.
what you just saw our promotion video, and it rests
Yes,
solely on nation building. Okay, it rests on nation building that
yes,
truly transforms.
and some other thing.
And I want everyone to
You're a
sit back and
fabricator.
relax. God has spared our lives, so we are here, we are alive. We are thankful to God. And the global president, we welcome you, sir. Thank you for all you do for humanity. Thank you, Master Genie. You're welcome. And my name is Fares, and I'm going to be your anchor for today. And we are going to be considering disciplining a child. All right, disciplining a child, culture, correction, true impact and humanity, evolution. I know somebody may ask, why are you saying revolution? Why are you saying evolution? Evolution. You understand? Instead of revolution. This is humanity revolution. All right. And the topic we're going to be considering is we're going to be dwelling, all right, we're going to be dwelling on much on evolution. And if you ask me, what's the difference between revolution and evolution? All right, and evolution is a slow, gradual process of change over time. All right, evolution, that is Evolution, revolution without the first, I mean, without the R, like you have in revolution, revolution. This is evolution, okay? So evolution is a slow, gradual process of change over time. It's a step-by-step matter or thing, all right? Now, revolution, all right, is sudden, fast, and often dramatic change, usually noticeable immediately, all right? So and I said the topic for today, we're going to be considering disciplining a child, all right? Culture, correction, true impact, and humanity evolution. And it just dawned on me that we had this conversation maybe 2 weeks back, and we may have a repeat. We may still have to repeat this session, okay? Because we have these noble people, you understand. I don't know, well, they are not currently available, all right. And we had, should I call it a serious dialogue. People were of the opinion that, oh, if you do this to a child, then you're not correcting that child. You're just, no, that child is just going to obey you because of what you're doing at that current at that point in time, okay. But that if you correct in love, you don't have to yell at your child or yell at your children and stuff like that. All right. So we may we may have to let's just dive into um today's segment, or what we have for a man of wisdom, and we're going to be getting your submission shortly. All right. So, disciplining a child, culture, correction, true impact, and humanity evolution. Evolution. So, correcting a child. I believe we should have this at the back of our minds that if you're correcting a child, it may take time. Okay, don't say, oh, I have been correcting this child and this child is not changing, so I think I have to apply. You understand? I have to be violent, so I have to correct. When I'm angry, then I need to show this child that I am. You understand? So it may take time, but we have to exercise patience. We have to show them love. We have to be patient. We have to let them, talk to them. Let them be your friends. Okay. All right. So I have this introduction. It may be applicable to Africans and, of course, the global world. In many African homes, especially in Nigeria, discipline often means beating or physical correction. Let me repeat. Discipline often, one is British, one is American English. So just choose anyone. Bear with me. Sometimes I mix it up. You understand? All right. So discipline often means beating or physical correction. Now, there's this common belief. In Africa, we have this belief system. Oh, this is how it has our fathers, this is what they did to us, or this is how it was handled, or this is how we were handled. So there's this common belief. If you don't beat a child, they won't learn. All right? They won't learn. But in many countries abroad, I said, we're going to be considering African context, and we're going to be considering the global context, like maybe abroad and stuff like that. So if you don't beat a child, they won't listen. But in many countries abroad, physical punishment is discouraged or even banned. Discipline focuses on communication, structure, and consequences. So the real question is, what truly builds a responsible child? Fear or understanding? Fear or understanding? Now let's move to another segment, and this segment is going to be highly interactive. All right, it's going to be highly interactive, and I know we have people on TikTok. So number one question is, does beating a child truly correct them? Does beating a child truly correct them? Master Oh, yes, I can hear you. I thought I unmuted. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello, can you hear me okay? Hello, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, Colossian Perez. Go ahead, please.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. All right. I just stole Dr. Carey's expression. Can you hear me okay? All right, awesome. Let me do a little rewind, or let me repeat. All right. I said in many African homes, especially Nigeria, discipline often means beating or physical correction. All right. And we have this common belief in circulation. All right. We have this common belief, or there's this African, way of reasoning. And I am not saying this to spite Africans. I'm an African, and the way we were groomed, or the way they brought us up, violence was, one of the tools. Yes, violence was one of the tools. You have to beat your child, you have to kick him, you have to use a club, or you have to, inflict injury and stuff like that. So in many African homes, especially in Nigeria, discipline often means beating or physical correction. So there's this common belief: if you don't beat a child, they won't learn. But in many countries abroad, physical punishment is discouraged or even banned. So we're considering the African, African setting and the global world. All right. So discipline focuses on communication, structure, and consequences. So the real question is, what truly builds a responsible, I beg your pardon, what truly builds a responsible child? Fear or understanding is the question. What truly builds a responsible child? Fear or understanding? Now, I want us to quickly move to this segment, and it's going to be highly interactive. And before the network became unstable, I was already asking Master Genie to quickly help us ask one of our TikTokers, or those on TikTok, to quickly jump on the question. All right, but let's move. And the question I said, does beating a child truly correct them? Does beating a child truly correct them? That's question number one. All right, it may stop the behavior immediately, but it creates fear, not understanding. The child behaves only when watched. Now, this is a true life story. When you're always yelling at a child, always kicking the child, you're correcting that child in anger. When you're not there to yell at the child, don't you think that child will say, my papa no kuma dey for here. Nobody, it's only now when he shout on me, now I go do what I supposed to do. You get it. So it may stop the behavior immediately, but it creates fear, not understanding. The child behaves only when watched. Real correction happens when a child knows why something is wrong. Real correction happens when a child knows why something is wrong. And I think the network was not stable the last time we had this session. And I still have questions that I want to ask retired Colonel Benga Oshin, Pastor Chef. Who else gave something similar? And who else now? Maybe Ambassador Bosedeko. I still have questions. All right, so let's move on. Question number 2: why is beating so common? Okay, let me do it this way. I wouldn't know if we have anybody on TikTok willing to jump on this question. Number one question in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. Sorry, MG, what did you say? I didn't quite get what you said. It only echoed, but I didn't hear you.
Sorry, carry on, sir. There's nobody in the room yet.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. And number two question, why is beating so common in African homes? Why is beating so common in African homes? Master Ginny, please, before I give my answer, if you're not too busy, you can unmute and respond. I have my answer here, or I have answers here, but I want to get yours. You're an African, you're a Nigerian, but you currently reside in the UK. So I'm even glad. I'm glad about it because you, before you left the country, of course, you already picked one of two from your hometown or from your place, from your home. I just saw you typing. Will I be able to see this? Oh God, bless me with devices. Let me see. I don't know. I'm not seeing. Okay, let's continue. I don't know what you sent, but I'm going to. Okay. Okay, it has opened. The message, whatever. I tapped on it before, it did not open. So I thought maybe my configuration. Go ahead, please. Okay. All right. Why is beating so common in African homes? It's simply how many parents were raised. How many parents were raised, okay? So why beating is common in Africa is simply because of the way many parents were raised, honestly. Yeah. Oh, that's how I was trained. Oh, that's what my father did to me. So that's what I want to do to my own child or do to my own children. You know, we need to look critically into it. We have to apply wisdom. Not everything that was done then were actually correct. That's just the honest truth. All right. That's just the honest truth. Not everything that was done then. Not everything. It was seen as effective at the time. Okay. So another reason why beating is so common in African homes, all right, or why it was so common, it was seen as effective at the time. Another reason, cultural and religious beliefs support it, all right? Cultural and religious beliefs support it. But experience is not always equal to effectiveness. Experience is not always equal to effectiveness, all right? I believe we caught that. Yeah, number three, why do many countries abroad avoid beating? Why do many countries abroad avoid beating? Because it can affect a child's confidence, increase aggression, damage trust between parents and child. So they focus on teaching behavior, not punishing emotions. All right. But one thing I believe, or that I so much hold on to, it is something I am holding on to, is that there's a way a child, you see, discipline or correction should not always be done in done violently. You understand? It should not. It should be done in love. You know, there's something I am going to say to us, and we're going to grasp what I am saying. But let's get there first. Yes, Yorubas will say, "Egbe wa debe." So let me carry us. Let me gbe wa debe. All right. So number 4 question is: if you don't beat a child, won't they become stubborn? If you don't beat a child, I hope we can get the tweak or the twist in this question. The way it sounds: if you don't beat a child, won't they become stubborn? My answer is no. Children may become stubborn when there are no clear rules. Children may become stubborn when parents are inconsistent. You know, some parents lie. Some parents lie or they do stuff in the presence of their children. But when that child or when their children do the same thing, they yell at them, "Don't do that. Don't, it is wrong." You know, forgetting that you are the first you are the one they are emulating, and they are learning by observation, not just shouting or yelling. You understand? You're just confusing them. That's what I'm trying to say. You're confusing them. Okay? Now, you can be firm, strict, and still not violent. You see, what I am against is violence or being violent. That's what I am just against. I'm not against discipline. I'm not against discipline. If you want to discipline your child or you want to discipline your children, I can never be against it. All right. But how you do it is very, very important. You can be firm, you can be strict, and still not violent. Haven't you seen where parents, in the name of trying to discipline a child, they will cut the child with blades, with something, with a sharp object, you know, make incision on their body or bodies or stuff, and put pepper or put something that will make them, you know, all in the name of correcting that child. No, that's not discipline. That's not proper. That's I don't know if I should call that abuse. You are damaging that child. You are killing that child. Like, when that child grows up, it will be very difficult. Of course, the child may be able to come out of that. Is it trauma? I'll call it now. Some may find it very difficult to, you know, overcome that fear, that trauma, and so on and so forth. So we must be careful how we discipline our child. That's our focus. I'm not really here to argue, oh, if you beat your child, you will hear this. No. I spank my child, maybe a little, but not out of anger or I'm yelling. You understand? And I am, I have, or I'm trying to, okay, in the name of trying to correct a child, I have inflicted injury upon that child, or I have used maybe a knife or maybe a zip blade, we call it now, razor blade, and I have cut the child. I have made incision on the child's body because I want to discipline the child. That's evil. That's not correction. That's evil. That's, you are being brutal. You are being wicked. That's not how to correct a child. Honestly, take it or leave it. Now, question 5, what is the real goal of discipline? What is the real goal of discipline? To raise a child who can control themselves, to raise a child who can make good decisions, to raise a child who can behave even without supervision. That's the real deal. All right, that's what we're after. That should be your focus. That should be your main focus. That should be your main focus. That okay, I want to correct in love. I don't want to hate this child, or I don't want to make this child feel he's hated or she's not loved, you know. because that child is a devil or stuff. No. No. So I would like to share real life stories, couple of stories, all right? The first story is the Fearful Child. This is a Nigerian story, all right? A boy in Lagos grew up in a home where beating was the main discipline. Whenever he made a mistake, he was flogged immediately. What happened? What happened? What happened? He became obedient at home. Please listen closely. He became obedient at home, but in school, he lied often. He hid his mistakes. All right? He hid his mistakes. He learned how to avoid punishment. He learned don't tell the truth. That was what he learned. All right? He learned, how to avoid punishment and how not to tell the truth. As he grew older, he became secretive and distant from his parents. Is that the kind of parents you want to be? You want the child to be distant from you. You want the child to be secretive. You have to show them love. You have to correct them in love. Don't be violent. Let them know why you are correcting them. Let them know why you did what you did. And there are times, there are different tools, but that's not what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to maybe visit tools in the next meeting. Story 2, or my next story, is also a Nigerian story. The Guided Child. Another child made mistakes too, but instead, parents explained calmly, gave consequences like losing TV time, you understand? So what happened? He corrected himself. What happened? He became open with parents. What happened? He developed self-control. All right. So it means a child can be corrected without being violent or without applying violence. All right. Without being wicked toward that child or without being wicked towards, that boy or that girl. What did he learn? He learned actions have consequences. I can do better. Okay. That's what he learned. Now, let me quickly move to story 3. My third story. This is not an African story, all right? But it's a structured discipline. It's talking about discipline. A young girl refused to do homework. A young girl refused to do homework. Instead of beating, parents removed weekend outings. What else did they do? They explained responsibility. So now what happened to the child? She resisted at first, but she later adjusted. She resisted at first, but she later adjusted. Then she became consistent. All right? Discipline worked without physical punishment. Don't forget that I told you that sometimes I spank, but I don't do it out of anger. I don't do it when I'm angry, when I am mad at that child or children out there. No. I let them know that this is why I did what I did. In fact, I embrace them, I hug them. I beat you the other time because I don't hate you, I love you. You understand? Stuff like that. So, discipline worked without physical punishment. I have another story. The rebellious outcome. A teenager raised with constant beating. Please, let's listen closely. The rebellious outcome of a teenager that was raised with constant beating. He was never allowed to explain. He was always punished harshly. Now, mark my words. Punished harshly. Harshly. So it means punishment in itself is not evil. It's not a bad thing. But how we apply it or what we do when we punish is is our bone, is the bone of contention, right? Is the bone of contention. That's where we are headed. So he was always punished harshly. So at 16, he became rebellious. He started hiding things. He lost connection with parents. So he became a fear-controlled child. That was the first thing that happened. Fear-controlled child. Then rebellion came later. Rebellion didn't come first. Rebellion didn't come first. Fear came. Fear was controlling that child. And later, rebellion set in. All right. This, are we learning something? Are we gaining? I'm also learning. Yes. Number 6, or question 6. What happens when a child is raised mainly with beating? What happens when a child is raised mainly with beating, fear, anger, secrecy, and so on and so forth? All right. We have many more. All right. Fear, anger, secrecy. They obey in your presence, not in your absence. I said that when we started the meeting. It was part of my introduction, I believe. All right. So they obey in your presence, not in your absence. Question 7. What happens when a child is raised with guidance? What happens? Now, I believe I love this part. 7 is the number of is the number for perfection, or number of perfection. And this question is question 7. What happens when a child is raised with guidance? I have here understanding. I want to say to us confidence. They gain, or what happens to them? They develop internal discipline. They develop internal discipline. Number 8, can African parenting and modern discipline work together? Can African parenting and modern connection at some point? Sorry about that. I lost connection at some point. Okay, so let me. Sorry. I lost connection again, but I believe it has been restored. So question 7, I said, is a perfect number and is a perfect question. What happens when a child is raised with guidance? That child gets understanding. That child gets confidence. That child gets responsibility, or understands responsibility. So what do they gain in the long run? They develop internal discipline. Now, question 8, and this is the last question for today. Question 8, can African parenting and modern discipline work together? Can African parenting and modern discipline work together? Let me wind up, then I'll ask Spakiaditu to help us add or spice up this question. Question 8. Can African parenting and modern discipline work together? My answer is yes. If they keep respect, structure, authority, all right? Then communication is also an advantage. Explanation is another advantage. Emotional or emotional intelligence is also an advantage. This balance produces stronger children. This balance produces stronger children. Now, let me quickly give us about 5 practical discipline methods. 5, okay, that you can use or apply instead of beating. I'm not saying you should not beat at all. You know, it's going to be very hard to clear that thing in Africa. Sometimes you understand what I'm saying. This is Africa. Don't get it twisted. This is Africa. But don't correct that child in anger or when you are angry. I have said it and I'm saying it again. So I'll be giving us 5 methods. There may be other methods. I'm just giving us 5, you know. This is Fares speaking now. Okay, so 5 practical discipline methods. Instead of beating, give them clear instructions. Let them know there is consistent or there are consistent consequences. Apply timeout, you know, like cooling off. You can remove privileges. So removing privileges is another one. All right, removing a privilege is another one. Rewarding good behavior. When a child knows that, if I do well, if I do this thing well, my father will correct me, my mother will correct, will do this. If I do well, my father will give me this, or he will buy this for me, or he will fix this for me. You understand? So rewarding good behavior. This builds character, not fear. Honestly, yeah. Now let's see how connection to humanity and humanitarian evolution. This is something bigger than parenting, okay? It is something bigger than parenting. It is about the kind of humans we are raising. A child raised with fear may grow into an adult who uses fear on others. A child raised with fear may grow into an adult who uses fear on others. A child raised with understanding becomes an adult who respects, leads, and builds. The way we discipline children today shapes families, shapes communities, shapes nations, shapes the world. Let me repeat. The way we discipline children today shapes families, shapes communities, shapes nations, shapes the world. The humanity cycle. Harsh upbringing is equal to or will produce harsh society. Guided upbringing will give us a responsible society. All right. So let's choose. I for one believe that guided upbringing is better than harsh upbringing. Evolution truth. Humanitarian. Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know where you people lost me, but let me just repeat a little bit. The way we discipline children today shapes families, shapes communities, shapes nations, shapes the world. the humanities cycle, and I said we have harsh upbringing that begets harsh society. All right. We also have guided upbringing that begets responsible society. So I would rather choose guided upbringing, okay, than harsh, harsh upbringing. So humanitarian evolution truth, if we want less violence, more empathy, better leadership, then it must start from how we correct and guide children. Then it must start from how we correct and guide children. So before I conclude, or before I finally, or we finally draw the curtain, please, can Sparky Adetutu could you please help us tackle question number 7 again? What happens? No. Question 8, the last question. Can African parenting and modern discipline work together? Please, can you just do justice? Okay. This question is awaiting your justice. This question awaits your justice. Sparky Adetutu, over to you, ma'am. Sparky Adetutu.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
I'm
You're
just
welcome.
hearing my name now, and sorry, I was busy doing something inside. So, what's the question, please?
Okay, did you get the topic? Are you aware
I
of today's
didn't.
topic?
I didn't get the topic because I didn't start with
All
you.
right. All right, ma'am. Okay, today's topic is disciplining a child. All right. Culture, correction, true impact, and humanity evolution. Evolution. Evolution takes time. Is not as fast as revolution. It's a step by step, stuff or movement or action. All right. So, and we dealt with about 8 questions, and the question. Okay, let me go straight to the point. The question is, can African parenting and modern discipline work together? Can African parenting and modern discipline work together? So let's get your summation.
I would say yes. African parenting and modern training. Well, yes, in the sense that Africans, we believe in actions. We believe in instilling discipline in children, in our children. And I believe the children of now, they, how will I put it now? They are not being dealt with like in the past. Like I don't see any teacher or a parent keeping cane in the house like it used to be. Parenting requires that you try to give your children, adequate training, sort of morals, you know, you train them the way you want them to turn out. And I believe right now, parents can come down to the level of the children we have right now to still have their way into their hearts. Not by cane, not by shouting, not by, throwing whatever is around them at the child, but by dialogue, because I believe this era is not the era of cane, or no, it's the era of you shouting, trying to make your point or make your discipline to be carried out by them. We need to come down to their level right now. We need to reason like them. We need to be able to catch their attention, because I'll say that the children of now, they are fast growing in knowledge and every other thing. So you don't, you try to, yes, you want to discipline a child. You can dialogue. You can point out a child's mistake to the child through dialogue, you know. Like sometimes when I still have my children around me, I'll be like, it's most of the time my son will tell you, ah, ma, if you are not answering, they know you are still angry. But at a point that they felt, this woman, she has eaten, or maybe she's relaxed now, it will just be like, can we talk mother to son? And I will tell him, please judge what you have done. Because I can't say I want to beat a child and then make a mistake and put stick inside my eyes. Or he raises his hand and he just give me a head knock or something, trying to avoid the cane, So the thing is, they know what they know what they are doing. It is you that need to understand them. So you need to come down to their level. If not, you will lose that child. You will lose the child to either their friends or their area friends, area brothers, area sisters. You will lose such child. So I believe we can always come down to their level, give them examples of, example pertaining to whatever they have done wrong. Let them know that this part will lead to destruction. And, there are so many examples of it. If you are the one that have gone through that part before, you are not supposed to be shy. Look at what happened to me at so period. You make yourself an example and let them know that you are saying the truth. And, in whatever religion you believe in, you can always cite an example from whatever areas you want to cite the example from. Because when you are training a child, you are not the one training that child. You are just, they are just in your custody. You are the custodian. So it is God who brought them to you that you still go back and report them to. So that God will help you, through you, train that child and make them become what He ordains them to become. So that's my take for tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Sparky Adetutu. Thank you, ma'am. Amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that was powerful. And we are 8 minutes behind. Is it behind now? Or we have gone past our all right. And in closing, this is the last thing. I think I'll need to give about 2 minutes to Ambassador Bosede Eko so that we don't stretch today's meeting beyond our time frame. Yes, I believe she did not plan to come in this time. Of course, she's a busy person, and she still and showed up or tried to join the meeting. So um, it would be good if we still hear from her. So I would like her to respond to this last one. This is a reflection question, and it's the final thing I have for today. Since I planned ending with it and we close today's meeting, but since she's here, I think it will be good. Do I want my child to fear me or to understand and respect me? It's a question. It's a final reflection question. Everyone
All
is
right.
supposed to.
Good evening, Lord Sarah Fares, Baki Fares. Good evening,
Welcome,
Ambassador, everybody on call. Good
Yes,
evening. So sorry I came in late, also there and there. However,
All right,
I feel I should just come in. Well, the question is straightforward and the answer is straightforward. I think my child, what's the question again, please?
Do I want my child to fear me or to understand and respect me?
No, I think your child should understand you and be your friend. Your child should understand you and be your friend. There is nothing, you are not going to gain anything when your child fears you. Like, when your child fears you like a warrior, you are not going to gain anything. As a matter of fact, you should be your friend's companion, I am of the opinion that children should be scolded when they go wrong, yes. However,
Okay.
as educationists, we have various ways of scolding. You can scold a child by merely looking at that child the wrong way. I remember those days when somebody comes to visit you at home, your parents, and they bought a bottle of Coke for them while we were young. And the visitor will not say, oh, go and bring some, come and take, oh. And you too, you will shake your bum and go and bring the cup. Your mother will look at you somehow, no problem. If you not carry that cup of Coke and you collect it and drink, she won't see anything, oh, she will wait. Immediately she leaves. You see that your mouth you used to drink the Coke, your ear, one light in attenuate. Yes, correcting the child does not necessarily mean scolding. You can use body language in education. You can use body language to scold the child. But when you train your child to understand you, a simple body language, a simple look, some parents will use their legs on the ground. One fẹsẹ̀ jọlẹ̀, wọ́n ti sọ fún ẹnìyẹn pé tó bá gba kóòkì yẹn tiẹ̀ bá ilé nìyẹn. But they won't talk so that the visitor will not know. I don't know if it happened to me very well. Oh. My mom used to be a very tough woman. I remember a time when I went to a church. My friends took me to a church around our area. While my mom, they were in Delta, so they used to come. So I followed them to the church. And when my mom came back, I didn't know she would be coming from that for that day. And as she came, she asked me, they said I went to church. She ran there. And she saw me putting white cap on my head, white garment church cap. I know that church, when we finish, they would do amala, they would keep all of us. So all the children used to gather there. Me too, I followed them. When my mom came, immediately I saw my mother from the church. I just stood up. My mom just used my ear to carry me down. She used the ear to carry me down to the house. And that day I really understood myself. But then, that was the best training. My mom gave me a very good training, gave us good training that all of us came out with the best training. So, but things are changing now. The world is changing and we have to change. You have to be your child's friend. You have to be your child's companion. You don't need your child to be afraid of you. Whenever your child is afraid of you, they will not let you know some secrets. They will not be able to tell you some things, and they might end up injuring themselves. They might end up joining bad gang, and they might you can easily talk to them. They can easily talk to you, and I think that's the best. I will stop here today because the answer is you need to be your friend, your child's companion, and let your child be your friend. Thank you. Your child must not run away from you.
And that's what happened to us. So
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. That's what we encountered, or that's what we were faced with. You understand? The serious beating if you have gone wrong. Beating. There's this punishment. I think is it pig pin? We used to call it pig pin. Then there's this other one, cigar obo, and your nose will be running. You'll be sweating. You'll be your whole body, the whole of your body will be vibrating. Imagine. I mean, oh God. But just I think it was Spaki Adetutu that said, in this era, we no longer live in the era of just beating and using a club, or you cut your child. You know, our parents did that because they believe, or they have this belief that what their parents did to them, or how they were brought up, or how they were trained, is the same way they should train their own children. You get it? So, and Spaki Abosedeko, you already mentioned, you came in late, but you already mentioned one of the main features, or one of the major points we raised. Honestly, yes, you already mentioned, and maybe by the grace of God, maybe next week, if you're free next week, and if you come in early, so that you can help us handle a segment for maybe like 20 minutes, because I really want us to deal with this. Today's topic is disciplining a child, culture correction through impact and humanity evolution. You get it? So I would like us to still bring out something, or coin out something from this same topic or subject. You understand? Like tools. I don't know if I should target modern day tools you can use to raise your child. You understand? You're an educator. So I believe you can help us come up with some tools. That's what you're going to be talking about. Okay, you can apply this. You already mentioned one the other time. That okay, you use sign language. I think that was the word you used. Sign language. Just like then they give us eye. They will give you one kind eye, say, Tobale je, Tobale piseno. Oh, you understand? So I believe you can help us handle that segment. That's just what you're going to be doing. Maybe it's going to be after we're done with our session. Then you just give us, or just highlight, maybe tools, or how you can practical ways of handling your child without being violent, or without doing it out of anger and stuff like that. And Spaki Adetutu also did justice. Yes, she did justice. So I think that's what we're going to be drawing today's curtain. The global president, I believe, because we were seeing him, but he was having another meeting. Yeah, he showed his face, but I believe he has another meeting. So I think this way we're going to be drawing the curtain for today. So
check with him. He might be available now, please. Check with him.
Sorry?
Check with the global president. He might have a minute or two. Check with him.
Yeah, I'm not done yet. Yeah, but if he's free with what I just said, he will unmute. Yes, if he's free. So it's like an open, like a direct and indirect stop at the same time. So discipline is not about pain, it's not about anger, it's not about control. It is about teaching, it is about shaping character, it's about preparing a child for life. It is about preparing a child for life. And before I drop my final statement, if the global president is able to unmute, you can go ahead, sir. But if not, We might have to draw the curtain right here. Yes.
Excellent day to you all. Well
All
done.
right.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Tuesday of Humanity Revolution of the Global Clusters. And, you know, I just want to say this to everyone. Yesterday, we did survival strategies in the new normal. And we talk about, you know, more than survival. And we're taking the GC as a case study. I've been in a meeting, you know, with someone very important in the education space, and we are analyzing something, and which I just quickly want to share. I know we have shared what we want to share about humanity today, but what I want to say to us is that the opportunity in the GCA shouldn't elude anybody here. As a matter of fact, because we are in the digital space and because we have this great opportunity in our hands, people should not I take it from us. Another, yes, I look 1 minute, please.
So I was
So
talking about discipline.
so
Okay.
so it's can you hear me? Hope you can hear me. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hope you can hear me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So what I'm trying to say to us is that the opportunity that is available through the GCA is huge. I know we've been sharing so many things in the global clusters, and every every opportunity have a time that they will actually see the light. Opportunity have a time that they will see the light of the day. But if we don't harness the opportunity might just be there. You know, people, I can tell you, the market for the GCA in Nigeria alone is over 150 million people. Over 150 million people are waiting for you to come and tell them about GCA. And when you tell them, they are ready and they can prepare to take the GCA test because they have one skill or the other. They are either artisans or professional. They went to school. Over 150 million people, and the rest of them has potential if they know that they need it. You understand? Because in life, you don't just live; you live for something. You let people know what you are capable of doing, and you equally show them. So, my point is that let us not take this great opportunity for granted. Let us not take it for granted. The digital literacy is equally there. I don't know how many free people you normally bring in into this space through the digital literacy. You know, to reduce literacy, you need to take all of these things very, very serious. You need to take all of these things very, very serious. Remedy X, these are opportunities. Just need to look for a power company and tell them about the opportunity. And when you tell them about the opportunity, the power company will take the opportunity to the next level. You know, in my course of opening my mouth, I've met several people and there are several promises. But I want you to know that are we going to get the result? Yes, we are going to get the result. The result is coming. Is it going to be? Is it going to make sense? Yes, it's going to make sense.
You're on the fastest route despite heavier than usual traffic. You will arrive at 1848.
How will you take your own path? So, most especially the people on this call right now, you are my people. You are the people that have been standing by this vision. You shouldn't joke with all the opportunities that has come here. By now, thousands of people should be joining through you guys. All of you here, you have your own personal hub, and this your personal hub should be filled with people that will be enjoying the digital literacy. This same your personal hub, you should have a team that will be part of what you're currently doing. All of these things are the things you should be doing. So please don't take it lightly. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. I see the GCA as something that will bring in regular income on a weekly basis. And that is why I'm saying we should not joke with it. Thank you very much. Over to you, moderator. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Global President. I think Professor Varese is having network links at the moment. Everything you've said is all, said, and I believe that's Ambassador Evangelist Abodedeko, do you have any questions regarding what the Global President has said while we are still on the call before we draw the customer? Okay, so I believe everything is understood and clear. Thank you everyone for your time today on Humanity Revolution of the Global Cluster. It has been another amazing moment, coming on our virtual engine power out of the global cluster. That's the spark of, we have had another, solution to the community, to everyone. And I believe we'll get it out there. Everyone can reward this later for those who are busy, with one thing or the other. So thank you very much, our global president, for all you do to contribute positively to humanity. Without you, we will not have humanity revolution of the global clusters. And I'm telling you that we are grateful for this, believe all innovative thinkers, creators like us, like you yourself, the way we're going and we're not giving up, will be more than this in no time. Thank you, Ambassador Evangelist Abosede Eko. Thank you for all you do as well to contribute positively to it. I'm sure without you creating the WhatsApp group, then everyone will not have move ahead, with the clustering and then to party. So, we are growing. We are growing every day, every day, every day. So thank you very much. And I want to say thank you to those that will be listening to us, all the parties. Thank you to the 001 of this and the 002 and every new member. So before we go, we normally ask, who are we? We are the Global Clusters, a robust community of technocrats or those who want to become technocrats, entrepreneurs or those who want to become entrepreneurs, professionals or those who want to become professionals. On the Global Cluster community, we share accurate knowledge and information of our industry because that is the will take us from where we are to where we are supposed to be. And that is the right thing to do. On the Global Clusters community, we share accurate connection because to whom you're connected to determines what you will collect. And in life now, your network is your network. So the Global Clusters platform is not just a social media platform first nation building social media platform, not just with monetization, aspect and marketplace, but a moral leading global cluster platform. We talk about morals. We don't just come here to talk about, you know, calling each other out or calling to protest. This revolution we have every day is not about violence. It's about, you know, clustering together, work together, and we have a make Africa and Nigeria great again.